And it should be live in a moment.
Hey guys, what's up? Live stream Q&A number 2. I got a new guitar. It's my Chapman Ghost Fret. This just came in. I ordered this off of Reverb. How you guys doing, man? Thanks for being on with me today. I got a new camera for my computer here, so hopefully it looks a little better. Hopefully you can you hear me okay? Had a great show last night. Tons of fun. We played up at BLK Live up in Scottsdale. And had a great crowd. We were the opening band. But yeah, had a great show last night and tons of fun. We opened for Rough Riot. So it's Paul Shortino from Rough Cut and Carlos Cavazzo from Quiet Riot. So I got to meet all those guys. So I'm hanging out at my store today. And, you know, I'm going live and I'm sitting in my store. So right now there's nobody in here, but you never can tell if my phone rings or if somebody comes in and wants to buy a pack of strings or something. I'm going to see if I can multitask and do both things at the same time. Yeah, but last night again, BLK Live is up in the Scottsdale quarter. So it's a real, I kind of want to say trendy, high-end sort of rock venue. And they get the great bands. Vince Neil was in there Wednesday night. And they book a lot of that, the hair metal stuff that I like. All those kind of bands come through there. And I know Dawkins playing there here in a couple of weeks. And tons of fun. All the kind of stuff that I like to go see. But I got a video coming out on my Chapman Ghost Fret. And then I'm also going to try to do some videos on the gig that I played last night. So that should be fun. You know, one of the coolest things that happened last night, though, is Rough Cut, Paul Shortino from Rough Cut, he was part of Hearing Aid. He was part of Hearing Aid. So in the early 80s, Ronnie James Dio put a whole bunch of guys together, and they did Hearing Aid. And they all got together, and I know that Deal sang as part of it, and Rob Halford was in it, Jeff Tate was in it, and they did that song "We're Stars," and they performed that last night. And the best thing about it is I got to be one of the background singers. So I was all up there, "We're Stars." And I got it on. I took my camera with me. So I might make a video and let all you guys see the craziness of that, where they actually let me on stage with them. So this is my Friday thing. So we'll see how this goes. Doing these live streams, I know they're kind of fun to do. And Philip McKnight does his at 3 o'clock. And so you're here in about a half an hour or so. It was really cool meeting those guys. I was about, Carlos was playing, they played mental health. And however it goes. How's it go? And I had my camera, and I was only about 5 foot away from Carlos, right in the front row. And I recorded his whole mental health solo right from the start. I'm gonna try to see if I can get that put together so you guys can see that. But if you guys got any questions, man, come on, let me have them. Have you ever tried the T-Rex Replicator? No, I haven't. Let me show you what T-Rex I have. If I still have it. Here we go. Hold on, here it is. So I have the T-Rex Mud Honey down here. And this is just a gain pedal. But I know that T-Rex makes great products. And no, I have not tried the Replicator, but it sounds pretty interesting. What exactly is it? Let me know. But yeah, I get some of the T-Rex stuff. Elise says, who's the most famous person you've ever met? The most famous person I ever met. Well, geez, I don't know. Back in the 90s, we opened up for Badfinger. And I met Joey Molland, who's the lead singer of Badfinger. And I'm like, hey, and I was trying to be all cool and everything. And I was like, hey, did you ever get high with Paul McCartney? And he said, no, but me and George used to get high all the time. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. He's talking about George Harrison. Nice guy, Eddie. It's good to see you again, man. Any of you guys on the Chapman kick? I've got 2 of these now. So I got the Ghost Fret. And this thing is super cool. And I also have the Chapman. This is the ML3 Modern. So, guys, I love these things. And I keep them back here behind the counter. They're not really one of those things that are for sale. Although I'd probably sell them. How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing, man?
Okay, so it's a that T-Rex pedal is a tape delay with a real tape. So it, how about that, man? That's old school to have. I remember the old delays that actually used a tape, and it would run back and forth, and it was all laying in there, all sloppy, like an old Echoplex or whatever they were. Nice guy Eddie says the coolest guy he ever met was Greg Almond, and maybe that's when he was married to Cher, and he was having fun with Cher. That would be kind of, no wonder he's in a good mood, right? Yeah, but again, man, I got to keep talking about last night because I had so much fun. I was on stage. I'm going to make a video for you guys to watch. But being able to sing, We're Stars, and if you watch the old video, they all got their headphones on, and they're all squeezing their heads together. We're Stars. You remember that video? I got to do that last night with those guys. Nice guy, he says, I wish Solar Guitars would start making basses. Best rock basses I found lately are all the Schecters. Schecters are nice. I kind of sometimes, you know, I get Schecters in my store, and sometimes they kind of set around a long time, but there are the Hellraisers are really popular. And I had a purple Hellraiser about a month ago, and within like the very next day it's sold, and some guy was like, dude, I'm looking for a purple Hellraiser, and there it was hanging on my wall. But Solar Guitars, I have that one Solar 7-string down here, and Ola England, you know, he's got a great channel. He's a really popular YouTuber. I know those YouTubers, once they get to a certain 200,000-300,000 subscriber mark, they can ask everybody, what do you, just like Rob Chapman does, what do you want to see out of a guitar? I kind of think Philip McKnight ought to maybe try to start his own brand of guitars. I think that would be kind of cool. I'm not sure if he's up for the challenge of doing all that work, but I'm thinking once you get to 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 subscribers, then you can ask your subscribers, you know, what do you want to see out of a guitar? Because just like Chapman does, he goes to different factories, and this one's Indonesia, but you could get a basic order of guitars together, and that's what Ola England has done with Solar Guitars. And I have this Solar guitar setting here. Hey, Bri, come here a second. Do me a favor. Hand me that Solar guitar in that case right there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys the solar that I have. James is like, what brand of guitars sells the best in your store? Well, it's kind of a tough question. Honestly, I feel like I'm a Mexican Strat kind of a store. I love the Mexican Strats. Okay, it's going to be noisy for a second. Let's swap you out. Oh, man, here we go. Look at this bad boy. This is the Solar 7-string with the Evertune bridge on it. Uh-oh, here we go. So real quick, I know that his pickups, they're not wound as hot as that Chapman that I was just hearing, because I can hear a difference. I don't know what to do with this low B string. All I know how to do is just yeah, so as far as what guitars sell the best in your store, you know, all those beginning acoustic guitar, I consider my store the $300 guitar store. I don't have too many high-end Gibsons. I don't have too many American Strats. I think I have 3 American Strats right now. Here's one of them sitting right here. This is a 2013, what is it, a 57 vintage reissue. And that thing has been on the wall for 3 or 4 months now, probably. So the stuff that sells the most are, I would probably say like $300 Mexican Strats and Tellys. I cannot keep Tellys in my store right now. If you came in here, I have 175 guitars or something. I don't have one single Telly. As soon as I get a Telly, it's around for maybe a week and it's gone. So if any of you guys are local Phoenix guys, and you come in my shop and you guys want to trade in those Tellys, man, I love to get them. I can't keep Tellys in here. And I have a lot of pedals. So I have a little shop here, like I keep saying. And the one thing that I feel like I might be able to do a little tiny bit better than the local guitar centers in town, that is to have a bigger variety of used pedals. So I'm probably going to guess that I have 2 or maybe 250 used pedals in my store right now. And so that's the one small area that I think can almost, you know, top guitar center when it comes to having used. Isn't it fun when you know how guys are saying that they get stuck playing the same riff over and over? Here's my riff that you'll hear out of me 100 million times right here. That's it. Yeah, the Evertune bridge on this thing. This guitar is for sale. The string, it's minty condition. The strings are already in great shape still. So I haven't gotten to where I'm going to restring this thing. Usually every used guitar that comes in, I have to restring it, or I want to restring it, unless it's got really nice strings on it already. I'm always wanting to restring this stuff. So I So I haven't messed with this Evertune bridge yet. But there's a lot of videos that explain how they work. Hey guys, how can I help you?
Oh, man. I just thought I'd come and look at some of your guitars.
Awesome.
For a good station guitar.
A good station guitar. You guys wouldn't believe it, but I got the Mesa Fire Department is down here looking for a guitar.
Yeah.
I'm doing a live stream right now, guys. So go ahead, and all my acoustics are in this room right over here.
Okay.
You guys can just go for it. Yeah, so again, I haven't gotten to where I've put new strings on this or messed with that Evertune bridge. But there is a tool that does the three things that you need to do on this bridge is to tighten the string in here, to adjust the height of the string, and to adjust the intonation. And that one tool, it looks like a little key. It does all three of those things. Tom T says, what is the most annoying song that people come in and play all the time? Yeah, you know, I'd love to hear a good Smoke on the Water once in a while. But what kind of amazes me is songs that when 16-year-old kids come in and they'll sit down and play old songs that I grew up on. One of those songs is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. I see 16-year-old kids all the time playing Wish You Were Here. And I think that's really cool that some of these songs survived, you know, and it's one of those guitar player tunes. But as far as annoying songs, the Seven Nation Army song kind of annoys me a little bit. I don't know. There isn't one song that really kills me too much. Actually, that John Mayer song about the candles in the burning room song, there's a couple kids that come and play that, and I'm like, guys, please. Did you sell the Buddy Blaze? No, I have not sold my Buddy Blaze. It's still sitting over there. James says, you're right. I rarely see Telecasters. So. Did you guys get a call?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, man, you guys better get to it.
We'll be back.
Okay. Be safe out
I
there.
think I might find one today.
Okay. You guys be safe.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That was weird. Mesa Fire, and they got a call. I can hear their truck out there. I got my front door open, so it's kind of noisy. But again, I am at my guitar shop, and we are open. The open sign is up, so I get customers walking in and out, hopefully. Fridays are a lot of times, a Friday afternoon is kind of quiet because people are, my theory is people are winding down their week. They're trying to finish up that Friday. They're trying to get their paychecks. They're trying to plan their weekends. So usually guys don't, sometimes guys will get their checks at 4 or 5 in the afternoon and they'll run down here. So late afternoon, early evening, I'll sell a guitar. My daughter Elise is on. Hi, Elise. My oldest daughter, Tiana, moved to Michigan. Her husband grew up in Michigan. That's so weird that the Mesa Fire Department was down here. Yeah, but I'm really sad. My oldest daughter, her husband grew up in Michigan, the Upper Peninsula. And he wanted to move home, so he took my daughter and my grandson with him. But I still have my leases in town still, so that's kind of cool. Nice guy Eddie says, what's the price on the Buddy Blaze, and do you ship? So I have a Dean Buddy Blaze that I did a video about. It's been probably 2 months ago. I think it was a little before Christmas. So maybe 3 or 4 months now. And if you go on Reverb, I have it listed on Reverb. Go ahead and search Buddy Blaze, Dean Buddy Blaze, and it's still on there, I'm pretty sure. And I think I have it priced at $5.99. But if you say, hey, nice guy Eddie, give me a break, give me a deal. This is nice guy Eddie, and I'll knock it down. I'll knock it down to $500 and free shipping, just for you. Oh, so you're waiting for the Buddy Blaze and an Epiphone, a Zach Wild Bullseye. Bri, I need your help again. Come here. Super nice of my son to be hanging out with me today. That Bullseye, the Epiphone. Yes, sir. Hand me that one, please. And I will trade you again. Oh, yeah, here she is. Oh, is this what you're looking for? Let's see how this thing sounds. What? Oh, battery's going dead. No, this has the EMG HZs, so this doesn't take a battery. These are passive pickups in this one. Yep, there he is, Mr. Zach himself. And this one's in real pretty condition. So Eddie wants a Bullseye. Oh, no. With the 8185 setup. Is that the 8185 setup? No, this isn't. These are the passive pickups, so you don't have to worry about the battery in this one. But you can always change that out. Let me see, I got to put the tuner on it. Let me see if I got a snark. Last night at the gig, I play bass in my band. And I had a snark tuner, and you know, naturally what happens is about a half an hour before the gig, I dropped the tuner and it broke. All right, this thing looks like it's going in a half step down, but that's okay. Let's see if I can play it up here so you can see it. Half step down the Ace Frehley style. I don't know how the tune goes. My favorite Ace song by far is Rock Soldiers. Rock Soldiers. That Rock Soldier song is so good. What? What? Oh man, Dr. Robertson, stop messing with me, man. This guy goes on Instagram and says, ZIMM'S Guitars sells fake Gibsons. I made you look. You did. I thought I had a big ass booger hanging out of my nose. If you let me, I can ship guitars, but I'll sell them through Reverb. So if there's a guitar that you see me holding up, just tell me to post it on Reverb, and then we'll just do it that way. So I got something else to show you guys for a second. Hold on. It's kind of a fun thing. Kind of a fun thing that I got. So, you guys know I went out to NAMM and I made a yo-yo video of all the stupid things. McKnight gave me a yo-yo. And I'm like, well, and I heard people saying, hey, all these other YouTubers are going to get yo-yos. And so I'm like, well, I guess I'll take my yo-yo to NAMM. So I took a little bag with me that had my yo-yo, my Know Your Gear, Philip McKnight, Know Your Gear yo-yo. I had my flight information, and because I flew out there, and I should have just drove. And I had my NAMM pass to get in. And when I first got there, I texted McKnight, and I'm like, dude, where you at? And he's like, oh, I'm by the Ernie Ball booth. So I looked around, I found him. And when I first got there, the yo-yo people were playing with their yo-yos. And so I took my camera out, and I recorded them messing around with their yo-yos. And then a second later, or a few seconds later, Noodles from The Offspring walked by. And I'm like, yo, Noodles, give me a yo-yo trick. And Noodles is like, okay, and started messing with the yo-yo. And I'm like, I know what kind of video I'm going to make. I'm going to make a yo-yo video. And I got Michael Anthony to do a yo-yo trick, which was amazing. I got Steve Luthiker to do a yo-yo trick. I missed Frampton by that much. I saw Frampton, and he was going up into the green room. And that would have been really fun to, if I could have got Peter Frampton in that one.
I got some of those old tapes, you know. Some of them are all right.
I love Frampton.
I do too.
That's the whole talk box thing. Frampton helped to innovate the talk box. You know what Frampton did though? 1976, when that Frampton Comes Alive album came out, that showed the world, hey, you can go to an arena and see a huge show. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds great, and there's tons of people. And so that and Kiss Alive came out the same year. So that kind of showed the world that, hey, let's do a live album. I think that REO Speedwagon album might have came out that year with Riding the Storm Out.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, here, I'm going to do it. I'm going to answer my phone. We're going live. Phone call. Listen to this. There we go. You ready? Here we go. ZIMM'S Guitars. May I help you?
Yeah, how late are you up until tonight?
Till 6 o'clock.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Well, that was easy, huh? Yeah, so guys are now wanting me to send them yo-yos. I got 20 yo-yos made.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got the ZIMM'S Guitars logo on the front. And the reason I put a little palm tree as part of my logo is because right out front of my store, I have like a 70-foot tall cell phone tower with big fake palm leaves coming out. And I'm like, well, I might as well. I'm stuck with that, so I might as well use it to my benefit. But yeah. I know that McKnight did a whole bunch of stuff for his patrons where he gave all his yo-yos out and sent them all out. And I bought 20 of them. And the people at the Yo-Yo Factory are super cool people. And I think that some of the other YouTubers ended up with yo-yos. I think maybe Robert Baker got some. I'm not sure exactly who. Maybe Jared Dines got some. Music is Win might have got some yo-yos, but super cool. And I think they're working with maybe I heard a rumor that they might do yo-yos with some Ernie Ball logos on there in these colors. So yeah, yo-yos. What's that?
What's the name of the band you play?
My band is called the Whiskey Dogs, and the dogs with the Z at the end. And I've been in the band for like 12 years now, and I've been fired twice. But they hired me back.
What do you guys play now? What do you guys play around at?
We're sort of just maybe a sort of a kind of a, we cater to like the biker crowd. So we've done the Dirty Dog Saloon in Scottsdale, but mostly Scottsdale biker shows and stuff like that. Yeah. But we did, believe it or not, our next gig where my singer lives and works in Hollywood. So he works on as a set coordinator or construction manager for like, he's working on the Mayans. He did the Sons of Anarchy show, and does a whole bunch of shows like that. And so we're able to play LA, Los Angeles shows once in a while if we all agree to drive out there. But we did the Whiskey A Go-Go on New Year's Eve.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we're actually have another show booked at the Whiskey A Go-Go for Friday, September 13th. So it's a Friday the 13th at the Whiskey A Go-Go with the Iron Maidens. And now what's weird about that is the very next night, Iron Maiden is actually playing in Los Angeles. So it's going to be a huge Iron Maiden weekend, Friday the 13th in September.
You guys do originals, or do you do?
We have a couple originals, and we throw some AC/DC and just whatever, some covers.
Yeah.
The Iron Maidens are hot. All female Iron Maiden tribute.
Oh, yeah?
You ever heard of them?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard them play, though. Yeah,
and maybe you could remind me, but one of the girls from the Iron Maidens has moved on, and she is in a huge band now. What's the girl's name that used to be in the Iron Maidens? And
I know
her. What's her name? What is her name? Do you guys know?
I can't remember. I know they've been around,
Nita Strauss. That's absolutely right, Bill. Thank you for that. Nita Strauss. I knew that, man, but thank you for reminding me. Nita Strauss, she's in Alice Cooper's band now.
Oh, the girl?
Okay, Nice Guy Eddie. I can't find the Buddy Blaze on Reverb. Look, Dane's Gear Locker. So my first name is Dane. So I think that's my Reverb site is Dane's Gear Locker. If I took it down, I'll repost it. So Eddie, let me after my live stream here, and I'm going to call it here in a couple of minutes too, because McKnight is coming on in a few minutes. And I noticed that Pete Thorne is on right now too. So with Pete Thorne being on, I really appreciate you guys watching. I saw that Pete Thorne was on. And I'm like, nobody's going to watch me when Pete's on. So anyhow, guys, I'm wrapping it up. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. And maybe we will do it again next Friday. And thanks again, guys. We'll see you then. Thanks, guys.